Hello everybody and welcome back to Pizza Slice. I'm just doing a few ingredients here and also making some pizzas so we are all set up for the day. I have spent a lot of money today. So I started the day with over $1,300. We're now down to $432 and all of that money has been spent on either making the dough for the pizzas or indeed getting ingredients. I've got a lot of cheese today because in the previous video that was down, or sorry, I was up to $20 a piece. It's now down to $6 a piece. I'm picking it up there for no reason. Yeah, it's now down to $6, which is way more affordable. I think the meat's come down a little bit as well, and a few of these things are fairly cheap. So I thought I'll stack up today. While things are either at their normal price or a little bit cheaper, stack up with as much as I can, really. I don't want to spend too much in case we need the money later. But yeah, I'll spend quite a bit of our money on getting a lot of ingredients. You may notice I've got some red onion here, which I don't usually have. That is because we've got a new pizza on the go today. But we'll try a different one. I've still got 4, so I've taken the Capri 2 off the menu, but I have put the Don. In honor of our friend we made at the end of the previous video, I put the Don on the menu, and that uses absolutely everything, and some red onion as well, which will caramelize quite nicely in the oven, I thought. So that should be quite a nice pizza. It's got a fairly high attractiveness and a fairly high price. In fact, let's go and have a look at that now we've finished chopping. We've got Sylvio the cat here now. I'll get into that in a moment. So if I go across to custom... This pizza sells for $54, plus their tip, of course. So that's going to be cracking on for $100 every single time we get one of those gone. I'll have a fiddle with that in a moment, though, once we've finished, because I might be able to get that attractiveness up later in the day. Yeah, the reason we have Sylvio, I'm not entirely sure if we were supposed to have Sylvio from the beginning, or now Sylvio's just hanging out here because we've now made friends with the mafia guy. I'm really not sure. It was part of the ending of the last video, but I think there was a bit missing within the cutscene, and it was never explained where Sylvio really came from. In the cutscene, we had Sylvio on our knee, but it was never explained whose cat that is, other than he's very good at rat catching. So that's handy to have him around. Whether or not the health inspector is going to like having a cat in the kitchen area, I'm not entirely sure, but Sylvio is good at rat catching, so that should help. But yeah, at the end of the last video, so we have this cutscene. I've actually watched it on half speed now because I struggled to follow it at full speed, to be honest with you, in the last video. So I watched it at half speed to try and get the grips of what was going on. And basically, Stefano poured some pasta away, and the police who were chasing after the Don up there, Don di Pasta, he was running away from the police. They all fell into this the spaghetti and got tangled up in the spaghetti. He managed to get the boat over to America. So then when Stefano came over, the Don, you know, is permanently indebted to Stefano, otherwise he'd be in prison for the rest of his life. So that's how Stefano, our grandpa, was sort of included with the mafia. He's not really, he's more of an associate. He's not actually in the mafia, but he was a good friend of the Don up there. So the Don will give us a little bit of help and a bit of leeway here and there as I thank you for being in debt to our grandfather. So that is how that's all going. And we'll find out what happens with that today, because he's going to turn a blind eye now. If we ever want to go and sabotage the greasy place up the road, he's going to look the other way while we do it. I haven't worked out how we do it yet, but he's going to look the other way, which is nice. So that was all of basically what happened in that cutscene. But I do think the cutscene could do with reworking to make it a bit more watchable. Right, I'm going to do 2 more Dons, I think. So we're going to have 4 Dons. I've got 3 sizzling shrooms, and I've got 3 much betters. I've taken Capri 2 off the menu, and we're just going to have some salami 2s. I think if they're pretty quick to make, I can just chuck one out anytime we need one. I've just done 1 for now, and I'll cook the rest of those to order should we need them. But let's do the Dons. So this is 5 pieces of mozzarella. And then it is 4 of everything else in any particular order, really. So we'll start with a few mushrooms because it doesn't make any difference in this game. Particularly, or doesn't seem to, if you put it in a random order. We'll try and make it look somewhat decent. Because it is, after all, the Don's pizza. Top it off with a bit of onion. It's a shame they're not rings of onion. But that is the Don. We'll have a, like I say, we'll have a fiddle with that because I think I might be able to get the value of that a little bit higher than it currently is. But we'll have a play. Make another one while we wait for that one to cook. We'll keep an eye on that cooking speed, though. So when you're doing a pizza that uses absolutely everything, I mean, you can just throw all of this in the center, and the game is fine with it, to be honest. So you can race through. Not risk burning one, though. Especially after spending so much money on stock today. I'm hoping we earn a lot. Alright, where were we up to? I think we've done all of those. I think we're on these, aren't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And a leaf. They're done. Alright, so just wait for that to cook, and then we will open up. So I've got some spare dough just there, which I've made all the dough by hand today because the shop is still expensive for buying pre-made. So I've made all of the dough, so I've just made some extra there, which should get us through the rest of the day. It generally does. The last 2 or 3 videos I've done this method, we generally clear all of these pizzas out, and I make a handful to order as well. I think 6 doughs should be good enough. We can always make another one at the end if we need it. I think we are ready. Put the other Don just there. Right, so we've got plenty of stuff. 205 mozzarella. We've only got 24 salamis. I say we've got plenty of stuff. Have I got some more salami to chop? I have. Thought I bought some. Let's get some of that chopped before we begin. It would be a shame if we ran out, wouldn't it? And I have to start faffing around. Let's just make sure I've got plenty to get through the rest of the day, and we can chop some at the end if I need to. Of the ham. So I bought some ham as well, I think. Or did I buy double salami? No, I bought double salami. Tell you what, we'll grab these as well. We might as well, haven't we? And that's all done. There, we've got plenty of stuff then. One more. 2 more, is it? Okay, that's all that done. Let's just have a fiddle with the menu. Excuse me, Sylvio. Right, so if I come over to here, see this says 426 pizza attractiveness. Now, if I click edit on that, and then you move that, you see that attractiveness jumps way high. And then you come out of it. If I save that, it stays there. Now, if I come out of the book and back in, is it still that high? What I'm wondering here. Yes, it is. You see what I mean? That massively dropped, and now it's super inflated. Now, whether that means I'm going to get a ridiculous amount of the Don orders now, and every pizza's going to be the Don, I don't know. We'll find out. You can do that with all of them. You can just fiddle around with them, but then they all start changing around, so we'll just do it with the Don for now. Right, let's get to work. Open up and see what happens today. And whatever money we have laying around at the end of the day, I'm very tempted to start upgrading this place now because the game weirdly hasn't got me to do it. And I am very conscious of the fact there's not that many days left of the story. So whether it'll get me to do it all at the very end, I don't know. But maybe we should have been doing it as we go. I'm not sure. The problem if I get a drinks machine, because that would be one of the things I would think about getting, where would I put it? Because you put it on here, I think, is where it's supposed to go. But I use this as my my pre-making pizza area. Right, much better. It's on its way to you. Traditionally, down it goes. Ring the bell. As soon as she sits down, it's there. There we go. The traditional first customer, pizza in their mouth, straight away. Right, you need to wash some dishes and stop sighing in my ear. And we shall see what is next. So another much better pizza. Okay, so we're going to have to make another one then in a moment, because we're going to sell out of these perhaps today. Go on there. Right, let's make another much better pizza. So I've got some dough in there still, so I'll get rid of that one so I don't forget it and then it goes off overnight. an unfortunate miss. Bit of a slow morning so far. Another much better. Wow, everybody's after the much better today. It's very unusual we get 4 in a row of a 1 pizza. I feel. Maybe not, but I don't think it's gone that way. Certainly not recently. Good job I made one. Would you like a different styled pizza? Let's see, is this going to be another much better? It is a much better. Did I accidentally take all the others off the menu or something? Let me just check something here. Let me make sure I'm not doing something weird. No, they're definitely all still on. Cafe 2 is off. But nobody wants to... Do you think this is... Because I just rigged that slightly by moving it. Do you think it's gone weird? Let's make another... Let's put this one through and then I'll make another much better. I hope they do order the other pizzas today. I don't just want to be making much betters all day and then throw all of that stock away. That's the risk. Aha, we've got a Don. That's good. That is the risk of pre-making, because it technically is possible that they could just come in and all 20 customers or whatever you get in a day could all just order the same pizza. And then you're screwed. It does seem a little bit randomized, even though they've got an attractiveness meter. It seems a bit random, to be honest, with how they order pizzas. Alright. I want to see what kind of tip we get on the Don. Let's deliver the Don. Got another one coming as well. Ring that bell. I watch this pizza. I want to see what comes from the Don. Keep an eye on that bottom right. I just want to see what tip we get. On top of our $55 price. What kind of money are we making on a Don? It does use a lot of ingredients, which is it is a very expensive pizza to make, to be honest. But we're making $41 tip. So we got, what did we get there? $96 on that pizza. Not too shabby. I bet I could probably, well, almost certainly, I could up the price of that, couldn't I? Don, because technically it's such a high attractiveness there, I think I could up the price of it and the game would still think it's really good. I mean, even if it dropped it down to where it was, it would think it's really good. If I up the price. I think we could probably get towards $60 for that. Whether it's worth the risk, though. I mean, we are making a lot. Crates with free products have arrived. Right, the free products are here. Do I need any free products, and are they just pineapple? Nope, they're pesto, which I also can't really use. You can use pesto, but it takes away your sauce station, because it has to replace this. You can't just have 2 sauces on the go at the same time. You have to have a secondary sauce station, and I could never get it to work properly. So, unfortunately, I can't really do pesto unless we take tomato away. So, I'm just leaving it. Because it wouldn't work over here. So that was annoying. Right, sizzle and shroom. Right, I do need to make... Do we need to make another much better pizza? Or should we just make those to order now? It's only 12 o'clock. It's a bit early to be making to order. Don't usually do that until about 3. So we've still got 3 hours before I prefer to be making to order. What are you going to order? If that's the Don, so we can get another one of those gone. I don't have to make another Don. Just risk it with the much betters. I think I might make a Don. Or shall we make a much better? I don't know. You see, if I make a much better and nobody else orders one, we've got a problem on our hands. Another Don. We'll make another Don. Not a very good one. I don't think we'll get a high price for this. Not shape-wise, anyway. It's not the best. The ingredients are all great. It's nice how that first one is an onion ring, but then the other ones are not. I think I'd prefer it if they were all onion rings. This is a very cluttered pizza, this one. Put that one in the oven. Put this one on a plate, and then it can be replaced. I feel like the store is a bit slower today. I don't feel anywhere near as busy in there. Not yet. Sizzling shroom coming right up. Let's put the Don just there. So the Don will be on the right. I want to remember that. Future reference. So we've got 2 sizzling shrooms. I don't think I need to make another sizzling shroom. I still feel a bit early in the day to be wanting to sort of cook to order though. Alright, still got that salami that nobody wants yet. The much better is the only one I don't have, so I probably ought to do that. We all clean, apart from the cat, probably. That guy wants salami too. Then we've got another Don. I think I'm going to make a much better, because that's the only one we don't have. We've passed the health inspection. I am going to make a much better. Then we've got one of each. Pre-made. I've just got a feeling somebody's going to order it. It might help me out. Although, actually, since another Don order has come in, forget that, we'll just make another Don. You know what I could really do with implementing in this restaurant is pre-ordering. So they all pre-order their pizzas at the beginning of each day or something like that. So I know exactly what's coming. Right, salami 2. Ring that bell. They're done. So we are out of pizzas basically here. I'm now cooking to order. It is very early in the day to be doing so. Got another Don. We'll be with you soon. Then we've got somebody else waiting. Who knows what they're going to be waiting for. Hopefully it's a sizzling shroom. Waiting on Sophia here to wait on tables. You can go and sit down. And you would like a Don as well. Okay. The Don, I expected the Don to be the most popular pizza today. Anyway. Maybe it's going to be popular for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's very popular now. I should probably have been cracking on making a few more of these. Just at the beginning of the day, it seemed like it was going to be a much better kind of day, didn't it? I have to say, my making of the Don is getting worse steadily through the day. The one I first made off camera when I was designing the pizza was my favorite by far. Probably because I put most effort into that. Since then, I've just gone down the road of, these are the ingredients, chuck it on the pizza. It'll taste the same whether it's laid out or in an order or not. It's still going in your mouth. Is the attitude I seem to be taking now. Right, let's get that one out of the oven. And then we'll put one on for delivery, because that person's getting a bit annoyed now. The wrong way here. Service. And service. And we'll make another one. How much dough? We've only got one piece of dough left here. gonna have to make some more dough as well, I think, 'cause it's only 4 p.m. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Quickly put that in the oven. We've got a salami 2. We'll get rid of that advertising before it turns our customers away. Away with you. So the Don is cooking, and this can be a salami 2. Anybody want a sizzle and shroom? We have one left over. One's nearly done. Plate it and put it out. There you go. Right, let's make that salami 2, which is a very easy one. Haha, somebody wants a sizzle and shroom. That's good news. So the good thing about this is products will change price tomorrow. See an onion on there, red chili pepper, tomato. The thing with that is they change price. You don't know which way they're going to go. They could go dirt cheap or they could go very expensive. Could go either way on that one. Really could. They're probably going to go up in price. They're already quite cheap stuff. I think I might go and get some. I wish I'd stayed on the screen as well. Because remembering what all of that stuff was is crazy. But I'm sure I saw red chilies, probably peppers was on there. I know onion was on there. I might get some more of those things. Maybe mushrooms as well, because they're probably going to be required. Right, put that through. Put the sizzle and shroom through. Make a don, but I think I'm going to have to make some dough. What's missing from here? Oil. That's what I forgot. Right, so I think we're just going to make a don, and then there might be another customer after that. But then that's going to be the end of the day. So actually, we've done well. So in the previous couple of videos, I have thrown away a pizza that we've had left over here. So we've got through all of those. It's been quite good. And we've just got a couple of dons to make, I would say, to finish. I do want to run over to the market. There is a bit of time at the end of the day, I think, to do so. But I might go now so I don't forget. Greasy Pizza's got a stink bomb. Quick, 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 quick. While we're over here, we might as well grab some stuff, hadn't we? Right, I'll have some red onion, please. And then you'll probably drop the price to like $2 tomorrow. It'll be annoying. But we'll get 10 of each of these, because I think these are things... I imagine they'd all go up in price. They might all come down. They're already quite cheap, aren't they? For this game. So, got another customer here. I wasn't expecting another customer. 3 dons. Right, we've got 3 dons to make to end the day. It's already sourced. Right. This one can just be a bit of a rush job. Throw it on there. I think I need some more chilies. That's actually a bit of a problem. I wonder how many chilies I've got there. In actual terms. How many chilies is this? 8 chilies. Okay, so we can do another... We can do the remaining dons, actually. That's not too bad. this? That one is ready. That can be served. This one we've got as far as mushrooms, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a terrible looking pizza. But it's still the Don. And it still has a very high attractiveness. 877. Alright, make some more dough. Could just go and buy some, but it's not that bad. I think we've got enough time to get that final one done. Do that machine breaking down there. Right, that is done. Plate. Service. There you go. Right, the next one will be done very soon. Got to beat that green bar now, which we should do. Don't get any more because we are closed. Put some effort into our final one, shall we? Try and space the cheese out a little bit better. Which is not always easy to do, because sometimes it goes red. Like, if it goes too close to the edge, it goes red. It's like, no, you're not putting it there. Whether you want it there or not, you're not having it there. A bit better than some of the others, I'd say. Alright, get a plate ready. And in about 20 seconds, we will be done. So we've had a good day, though, I'd say. We're on to $1,652. So we've earned well. I don't know if the staff wages have come out yet. I assume they probably have. They usually get paid a bit earlier on. So I think we're all good on that front. Service. Right. That's done. We're all done for the day. We've got an extra dough in there, so I'll put that just there. I might make a few more ready for the morning, or just do them in the morning. Might just do them in the morning. See what this guy's saying about the pizza. Does he like it? Not so happy with the sauce. He gave us $1 less of tip there for the sauce, but otherwise very good. Thank you, sir. See you again. Okay, that is us done for the day. I'd say that's well, it's easily the best day we've had. We'll have a look at the stats in a moment. But that's easily the best day we've had, isn't it? Let's put the cheese away. Get some of these ingredients out if I can. I have to slice some. Get some pre-prepared. These mushrooms as well, then the rest of that stuff might get unpacked. Let's find out. We've got room for it all. Onions. Annoyingly, we've got a couple of onions down here taking up a spot right now. Was everything unpacked now? Could really do a way of making a larger room in here, whether you can do that or not after the story mode, because you could really do with expanding, I think. Because you can get a bigger fridge, but there's not really that much room in here for a bigger fridge anyway. But you can get a bigger fridge. But I'd like some extra shelving. I know it's difficult in this room. There's not a lot of space. But I would convert this into more storage for all of your stuff, I think, would be a better way of going. Okay, we are all finished for the night. The clock has got to midnight and stopped, so it's got very late. I've worked all night long, but everything is chopped. The rest of the stuff's in the fridge and already sorted, so I'm all ready to go for the next day. So we can end today and see how well we did. So we did 21 pizzas again, which is, yeah, pretty much the average now, what we do per day. But instead of earning just over 1,000, we earned 1,535. That's got to be, really, that's got to be the Don pizza, because that's the only difference I've made. So it does earn us a bit extra, doesn't it? It does earn us quite a bit extra. Compared to Greasy Giant, how on earth are they still in business at 140? What do they do for their ingredients? Well, I'd probably rather not know. Either way, we got 100 stars today, which I think it might be a record for me. I don't think I've had 100 stars before. That's 100 out of 105 possible stars. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It's the best we've ever done. As you can see, we are more than pulling away now. We've just absolutely destroyed them. They might as well close down. Okay, nothing new going on this morning, apart from the prices have definitely increased. So some of them decreased, like the tomatoes are down to $3. Thankfully, actually the ones that I use, I think are more or less the same price, apart from the chilies. They've gone up in price, haven't they? Up to $10 now. $8 for the peppers. I can't remember what I just bought them up, but I think it was a bit less than that. But thankfully, I don't use white onion. $43 per onion. Could you imagine if you were using that across multiple pizzas and you didn't see that ticker come up on the left-hand side, which is easy to miss. I've missed it before. And you miss that and you come into the next day and suddenly $43 an onion. You'd have to change your entire menu today. Luckily, everything else is more or less kind of price it normally is. I'd say these are at normal price today, so we can grab some of those for the next episode. And yeah, all the rest of the stuff. Thankfully, I got these yesterday. I can get some more onions maybe, but the rest of it's fine for me anyway. So that will do us today then. No storyline in this one particularly, or at all really, which is a bit weird. So I'm sure we'll get some in the next video. So if you have enjoyed this one, make sure you leave it a like. Consider subscribing to and joining the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you for another video very soon.